You would think a product like this would make the farmers very rich, right? Because you pay quite a bit, right, for a small packet of turmeric. What do you think the farmer gets, in his farm gate? Hello, my name is Aparna Karthikeyan. I'm an independent journalist. I write for People's Archive of Rural India, where I'm a senior fellow. My work has been funded by the Azim Premji University research grant. My series is called Let the Meat Rise. The second crop that I think I went after was turmeric. I think it's seen as the most auspicious thing, whether it is in Tamil culture or Indian culture, we always associate turmeric with the beautiful color of our dishes, as well as, anything that's auspicious. I mean, whether it is haldi on the face, or we look at it as a medicinal spice. And also, there are very few food items that are done without turmeric, in the Indian context at least, right? Much of it is used in food, and it also has industrial uses. It is used as a colorant in the paint industry, in the pharma industry. So there are so many upstream uses for turmeric. You would think a product like this would make the farmers very rich, right? Because you pay quite a bit, right, for a small packet of turmeric. What do you think the farmer gets, in his farm gate? That is the most interesting question, I suppose, that, we always need to ask with any agricultural produce. What do you pay? What does the farmer get paid for the produce? I won't go into the, fine granular details. That's there in the story. So you can refer to the story for, all the data, where Tamil Nadu is in the national level, the people that I saw, what kind of prices they were selling it and all that. But I should tell you about the farmer that I met, who's Tirumurthy, a young farmer from a village near Satyamangalam district. It's absolutely drop-dead beautiful area. There are hills everywhere, and then these turmeric fields. You almost, you blink and you're just expecting a hero and heroine, to come running. This is gentle rain, a row of trees. It's absolutely, picturesque. I remember when I posted that photo on Twitter, there were so many people who were like, wow, this is such a gorgeous place, right? The thing is, to grow that crop, how many hoops the farmer has to jump through, right? That was the interesting part, whether it was meeting him. And he was especially interesting, young progressive farmer who has decided that he's going to support himself by his own ingenuity, with his own innovation. What does he do? He takes out turmeric, but he does not sell it by the bag to the mandi, in which case he has no control over the price. He says, I'm giving you a very good organic product. I'm giving you value addition. I'm making them into, a powder, which you can use, either in your curries, or you can use it for puja. Or I'm giving you a powder which, with some value addition, like he makes a health drink mix, he makes soaps, he makes a whole array of products like, different kinds of oils, because he also grows coconut. The turmeric, the number of things that he has done with turmeric, the details of which are in the story, you will find that for a farmer to see a small incremental income from his produce, the kind of things he has to do. For example, I'll ask you this, okay, so whatever job that you do, right? Suppose somebody came and say, from tomorrow, I'm going to downvalue your work. You have been paid 15,000, let's say, for a certain project or something. And from tomorrow, I'm just going to make it 5,000. Global markets have fallen. We're getting exports from, imports from everywhere. So your work has no value. You and I will be shocked about it, right? We'll take to the social media to discuss this. We'll rail against this. The farmers face this every single day, every single year. The only thing that is guaranteed for them is the input cost. They cannot lower it. They cannot go to, the fertilizer company, in case they're using a chemical fertilizer, and tell them, hey, you know what? The buying price is lowered, so now give it to me at half the price. That guy will be telling him, go take a walk. He can't go to the agricultural laborer and say, I was paying you 200, per day until yesterday to do this amount of work for, say, 3 hours. Today, I get news that the prices have fallen somewhere, so from today, I'm going to pay you $50. It doesn't work that way, right? He will get no laborers on his farm. And the funny part is, whatever difference there is always absorbed by the last man, in the field, the last woman in the field. Usually, the labor is done by women, in agriculture particularly. 70% of the work is done by women, and they own only 13% of the farmland. I'm not making up this data. You can check it anywhere you want, right? 70% of the work, 13% of the ownership, right? So they have very little agency. When they go somewhere to work, they have to take whatever, money is offered to them as wages. Their only form of protest is by saying, I don't want to come for work today. And anybody who owns land will point that out to you. The first thing that they will tell you is, these days you don't get labor, right? Somebody like Tirumurti actually gives people a lot of work at a very good, he pays them very well, because he says, I want to make my farm organic. What happens when, we consume something that is organic? It means that there has been an extraordinary risk that somebody has taken to give us that produce. That has to reflect somewhere. So occasionally you will find that the organic product, I'm not talking about the ones that you will find on, large platforms where you still get things which are lower price, right? They'll tell you the price and they'll say 40% off, you can take it. The farmer gets nothing at 40% off, right? The only thing he gets, with a lot of discount is the final buying price. He would have expected to get a certain price just to break even, and that does not happen. In Tirumurti's house, he works, his wife works, his mother works, his small child, because, she's tiny and she wants to be involved, right, in whatever the adults are doing. So she'll come there and she'll pack it, things. She'll put it and she'll weigh it and she'll do it. It's like the whole family has to do that so that you and I get a wonderful product in the kitchen. Can you imagine something that has medicinal value that has been grown with pesticides, right? That's what Tirumurti asked me. He said, why do you want the most important ingredient in your food, which is supposed to be the best thing that you can do to your body? And we have these fabulous claims about turmeric, right? That it has all these properties, all those properties. Again, you can, find some of that in the article. With so many properties, how can you go in for a product that has been grown with pesticides? That was his, central question. He says, I'm giving you a product. I'm charging you a certain price for it. Why don't you pay me? Why don't you take a good product? He has people on a waiting list to get to his, because that's the kind of celebrity status he has gotten, and he has made a change. If we need 1,000 Tirumurtis, what should we do? That's one of the questions that, we have placed in the article. This piece also has fabulous photographs by my colleague Palani Kumar, award-winning photojournalist who works with me in PARI. As we go along, we'll look at the other stories in the series, some of the reporting that I have completed and some of the stories that I've written. Please do give the story a read. The link is at the bottom of the video. Thank you.